R to the A to the R to the A to the. Hey all, my name is Rachel, but you can simply call me Rach. So I'm coming to you with a new video where I'm actually trying to figure out how in the did I become rouge at Sephora. The reason I even thought about this is I actually just recently watched a video from the Style Doctor. I actually put her name and linked the video down below. But she was going through all the things that she bought through Sephora this year, and I don't remember buying that much makeup, but then I started scrolling through my purchase history, and I definitely earned the rouge status. So if you're interested in knowing about what I picked up this year, some of my Sephora recommendations, and even how I came to this idea, stay tuned. For those that are new to my channel, or if you've seen multiple, my name is Rachel. Like I said, but you can just simply call me Rach. I have a preference towards high-end makeup, but I do dibble and dab in different drugstores as well. So if you're interested in that, definitely go ahead and click here and like and subscribe to my channel, because I have lots of new goodies coming up in the next couple weeks, even a couple luxury goodies. So I'm excited for those to come into the mail. But if you're interested in figuring out how did I become a rouge and see what's in my cart, definitely stay tuned. There'll also be lots of recommendations for the upcoming Sephora VIB sale. All right, so we'll get right into it. So for those that aren't aware of what the VIB status is, what it is that Sephora, they have different spending thresholds. I think if you spend like less than $350, that's gonna have you like an insider that's just shining up. Then once you spend over the $350 or $500, I can't remember, I'll put the exact number right here, then you'll become a VIB. And then once you have spent over $1,000 is when you get into the rouge status. My favorite benefit about the actual rouge status is the fact that you actually get a $100 gift card, so that you could actually spend that at Sephora to pick up other goodies. So here is what I picked up this year, and I'll go through some things that I would recommend, especially because this weekend they are having a VIB sale. So what that means is that insiders get 10% off, VIB gets 15% off, and rouge will get 20% off of their purchases. And then also, if you're rouge, you'll actually get to start making your purchases on November 1st. So that's very fun for me, but like I like sat down and I thought, like, how in the heck? I saw how many points I have. I have over 2,000 points. It's like 2,800 or something. Like, what did I buy at Sephora? But it's just like every time there's been a release, I've picked things up, and then I typically will wait until there is one of these 20% off sales, and that's when I'll buy the bulk of what I need. But throughout the year, I'll just pick up little things here and there, and then it adds up. And so I got a lot of good stuff, because when I was going through all the things I picked up, there's only like one thing that I actually returned. And then there's a couple that I bought it and I don't think I'll repurchase, but I still thought it was worth a try. So I'm going to go ahead and start scrolling through. So first thing I picked up this year was the Fenty Beauty, the concealer. That was $26, and that was okay. I like to use it especially on my forehead, down my nose, because it's really thick. So I don't prefer to use, or like to use it underneath my eyes. Then I got the Fenty lipstick in the shade Quick. I ended up losing that. But it ended up coming full circle, because I ended up buying the set, which is actually still on sale for $74. So I highly recommend that. So once I get there, I'll point that out. So it was good in January. Just picked up a couple of things. And then I remember picking up the Urban Decay full coverage concealer, because I actually bought that on sale. It's normally $29. When I got it, it was probably half price, but there was a reason why I picked it up just sporadically. I still use that, but that is where I want to look straight up, like beat face. I don't wear it very often, but it is a really nice concealer. Then I picked up a traveling case, which was handy because it helps me with my storage. And then I also picked in February, I picked up the Ordinary retroactive retinoid 2% emulsive, whatever, however you say it. It's a light retinol, and I like it, and I still use it. I just don't use it as often because I've actually started to use milder skincare products. I have a tendency to break off, even right here I got some friends going right now. I have a tendency to break off on my lower face, and I noticed that when I was using a lot of actives and a lot of acids, I would break out more. But since I've been scaling back, I've actually had better results with my skin. So that's the only reason I don't use that as often, but sometimes I'll still use it like once or twice a week because I like the consistency of it. And it was only $9.80. And of all my skincare products, that's a rather affordable side. So if you're looking for an affordable retinol, I would recommend that over what I'm using now, which I'll get to a little bit later because I know it's on the list. I'm not going to skip anything. So then just got some Sephora Plays. Then I picked up the Fenty powder. First, I got a sample. That's what they do. They get you with the sample. I got a sample of it. And then I picked up on this purchase, the Benefit Precision. Love that. Use it all the time. The Milk Makeup Blur Spray. I picked it up because it was only $14, and that's actually become my favorite blurring spray. It's more matte, and I have the all-nighter, but I actually reach for that more often than the all-nighter because it doesn't leave my face as stiff as the all-nighter can if I go overboard. So that's actually my preferred matte. And then on April 27th, I actually picked up a matte Pat McGrath Labs mini trio, and I picked that up for my friend's birthday. So that actually was a gift, but once I saw what she got, I was like, I'm gonna buy one of those for myself. So I picked one of those up a little bit later. Then there's the Edible Beauty Turmeric Beauty Latte Serum Clear and Brighten. I like that. It's only $39. It's always sold out because it's a really nice serum. I've actually changed up my serums. I'm actually using one that I got in my BoxyCharm, the pineapple one. That's been my go-to serum lately, but I like that one. So if you're willing to try something, you don't want to do a traditional vitamin C, you're trying to look something that's brightening on your skin when it's not sold out, because it is always sold out, because it's amazing, I would give that a try. Of course, the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, $30. That's one of the staples. I'll pick that up all the time. That was actually my second tube. Pat McGrath Labs Primera Gel Ultra Lip Pencil. Love that. I got it in the shade Manhattan, so it's a rich brown. And then I got the NARS Orgasm Oil Infused Lip Tint. I love those. I think that they layer well over lipsticks without having to break down my lipsticks. And even sometimes before I go to bed, after I put on a lip serum, I'll put that on top if I don't use my normal lip treatment at night. So it's just something that I enjoy. And it does have a nice little pink glittery, but it goes on essentially sheer. But I did love that. See, that's why, like, everything I've bought so far, I love. There's nothing that I return, and I use all of this stuff all the time, so I don't feel bad. It's just I don't realize how much money I'm spending. So it's like, oh, 100 there, oh, 50 there, oh, 20 there. And $2,000 later, I'm like, dang, did I really spend that much money? But yeah. All right, so this is what I think is a great buy. It is actually still on Sephora. It is the Fenty Beauty by Rihanna Mademoiselle 10 and 10. So it's 10 different lipsticks. I actually don't use it. It's more of a collector's thing, but I lost my first I Quit, and there's one in there, so I do use that. And I will use the colors. I just think it's one of those things that kind of just sits on my shelf, and it's really pretty, so I need to use it, but I love some things you just collect, and that's one thing I collected, and it's $74 with 20% off of that. Rough math, that's gonna be about $14 off. That's going to be right around 50 bucks. Buy that. Like, it's well worth it. There's multiple lipstick shades in there. Some of them are rather bold. Some of them are kind of muted, especially like the I Quit. I love the I Quit. It's a muted, I'll put a picture of it, but it's a very muted color. And I buy it. It's 50 bucks. It's a steal. She has one of the best affordable to me lipsticks out there. Also, this Marc Jacobs, it has the 3-piece. It's $12.50 at one point. It's out of stock right now, and I can see why. I love the plum in there, so that is gorgeous. The Pat McGrath lipsticks, 40 bucks. Love it. Then that's when I got the trio for myself, $25. Love it. Pat McGrath lipstick, love it. The Milk eyebrow gel, that one, I still think it's okay. It's one of the better brow gels that I had, but I don't know if I'm sold yet. So I'm still exploring the brow gel until I find the one that is just Perfect, and I have not found that one yet, but that is my favorite one in my collection is that one by Milk Makeup, the Kush Fiber Brow Gel. And actually, I like that one. Then I also like the Anastasia Beverly Hills in Clear. Those have been my favorite. And here's the first thing that I actually bought, and I took it back. And it was the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Foil Freestyle Highlighter and Penny for Your Thoughts. I love the color. I love the formula. I don't like the chunky glitter. So everything about it was right, except for I could see glitter flecks, and I like I have highlighter on right now, and it just looks like a natural glow. I am a natural glow kind of highlighter. I don't want my highlighter to be glittery, and that is why I took it back. It was so beautiful. I wanted to keep it just because it was so beautiful, but I tried to avoid buying things just because they're pretty. I want to make sure they're practical as well, so I actually ended up returning that, and I'll show you what I got for it instead. The Pharmacy Honey Glow AHA Resurfacing Night Serum with Hydrating Honey. Love it. So that was a great buy. Then there's a bunch of samples. Then I got the Laura Mercier Candle Glow Sheer Perfecting Powder in shade 5. I think I would have wanted to get one shade deeper in that, but I do like that powder. I'm actually picking up another Laura Mercier powder this go around. So I'll go through a couple things I've added to my cart this go around. I also got the Inkless Beta Hydroxy Acid that was $10.99. I haven't even tried that yet, partly because I have the Honey Glow, and then I also ended up buying later the Claude Salicylic Acid, and it did not have a place. So sometimes I buy things I don't need, but it's $10.99. I'll actually see if I can return that because it is just sitting underneath my counter. The Claude Beauty Elixir set, I love that. I actually still have about half a bottle left, so I'm on the fence whether I should pick up another, but that's something that will always restock in my collection. And just a hint, I always buy this set, even though I don't use the moisturizer and the face wash as often. I use those time to time, but the elixir by itself is $49. So better to get the set, that way you can get the other two pieces, and if you enjoy them, because that could be a full face right there. So this is the Lancome Advanced Genifique Youth Activating Serum. It's $78. Oh, that's part why I did not get it again. I ended up replacing it with the Benton, and I'll link a video to my current face wash routine where I talked about how I was going to start integrating that into my routine. I would recommend the Benton before I would do the Lancome. So the Lancome is something that I would not necessarily repurchase. It was nice. It served its purpose. It said that it was going to do the things that it did, but at $78, it's just a little steeper than I like to spend on some of my skincare, especially if it's something regularly, because especially for the size, it's only 1 ounce. I would be buying that every month and a half, 2 months. So I just think that's I do have a budget I have to keep up with, and that's pushing the budget. So that's something that, especially when I can find something for $25, does the same thing. So some more Sephora Plays. Then I got a beauty blender. And this was, I think, the last sale, because I got the beauty blender because I like to keep those. And then that's when I got the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Press Highlighter and Chocolate Geo. I'll link the video up here, but it was the video where I was talking about products I could not live without, and that is the highlighter that I took the Fenty back for and got that instead, and it did all the same things that I liked about the Fenty in terms of the shade being beautiful. It had a nice shimmer, but the difference was that one did not have chunks of glitter. It just naturally looked like I just glue from within, and that is every melanin girl's highlighter is the Chocolate Geode. Love that. So highly recommend. That would be something I would be putting in my cart if I did not have that already. And then also the Fresh Rose Deep Hydration Facial Toner. I liked it. It smells really good. Does all the things it's supposed to do. It's $45. I don't know if I'm going to be repurchasing, so I still have a little bit of it left. And then I have a couple of toners that I have not been able to get to. So I think I want to wait and finish up some of my other toners and then double back to that probably the next time they have a 20% off sale. So let's keep scrolling. That was in May. Then I picked up the Fenty Mocha Mami, and I have Oh, so happy that we can finally, as Black girls, claim the bronzer love. But yes, I finally was able to pick up the Mocha Mami. Love that. Recommends definitely for the people that want to get a red or a red warmth to their skin. So I do love that. If you're looking for something a little bit more affordable, I would recommend the Prime Beauty. That has become one of my other go-to favorite bronzers as well. And that, even when I paid for shipping, so the only thing I picked up that go around was right around, like, I think it was like $22, $24. So if you don't want to spend the money on the Fenty, I highly recommend the Prime bronzer. And then this is when I ended up picking up the Fenty Honey, the small jar. I only got 18 because powder still lasts forever. So I got it because I love the brightening effect that it gives me under my eye. And then I got the Laneige Lip Balm. I got in the shade Grapefruit. I picked up another version of that that's 18. That one was 15. But the one that I picked up now also has like the sleeping mask as well, plus the balm. But the only thing is it only comes in the flavor berry, but that's fine. But that's going to be in my cart, so that's like a repurchase, so definitely recommend that. All right, scrolling. And then the Tata Harper Clarifying Blemish and Oil Control Cleanser. That's $72, so that is a commitment, and I recommend it. So first of all, it was Andrea Renee that put me on initially, and the thing about it is I picked this up in May. It is now almost going on in November, and I've only used that much, and it's because I don't use this every day. So my go-to cleanser is always gonna be something very gentle, very mild. This is tingly, so I don't use this every day because, like I said before, I try to make sure that I'm not doing too much to your skin. If you're doing too much, it's just gonna create problems. So I use this like 2 times a week, and that way I could just get that really tingly sensation. I'll leave it on like a minute or so, then rinse it off. But I do recommend it because it does last for so long, and I have never tried a face wash that feels this unique and tingly, and it smells good, but it smells natural. And I want to try other things from her line, but I'm very selective now when it's coming to the products that I'm picking up. And so I just can't find a place for any of her other products yet. But I'm going to definitely try more in the future. Then I picked up a Sephora collection and brush. Then that's when I got the Pat McGrath Sublime Bronze Ambition eyeshadow palette. Love that. It's out of stock. I don't even think you can get that on Sephora. Not Sephora, but on Pat McGrath's website. That came out like 2 years ago. So I guess it's old by makeup standards. So I don't know if that's coming back. Then I got the Bright Future Color Corrector from the Sephora collection. It was only $4. It was like orange and deep. And so I use that occasionally, but I don't know if I'm just all like a color corrector type person. That's why I use I don't know. I bought it, but it's not something I use regularly. So it's like one of those, if you like color correcting, I guess, like you pick it up, especially $4. Can't go wrong with that. And it is in stock right now. And then if you get 20% off of $4, it's like one of those things, just throw it in the bag. We'll think about it later. Then I picked up another Pat McGrath lip gloss in July, which I love. This time I got the Flesh Fantasy. So this one was a lush pink beige. And this is when I picked up the Hovor Habokal Retinol Alternative Soothing Serum. So that's what I started to use more regularly instead of the Ordinary. So I think that I like that one better. What happened, I see now, I ended up getting the free one first, loved it, and then I ended up switching. That's what they do. Like a lot of these, I've been skipping over it, but I'm starting to see what things I got free, and then I ended up purchasing. I see you, Sephora. It's the setup, and I fall victim for it. All right, so, and this is when I cashed in my 2,500 points in July to get my $100 and Rouge. So I used that to purchase the Fresh Lip Serum Advanced Therapy. And I actually picked that up by accident because I meant to get the drops because I saw that Jackie Aina really liked the drops, and that's why I put in the drops in my bag this go around. But I grabbed the serum off the shelf by accident, and I was like, oh crap, I can't take it back. So there's like rules and stuff when it comes to that $100 gift card that you can't return or exchange and stuff like that. So I started to try it, and I loved it. My lips Like, you know, sometimes you get that little crusty in the inner part of your lips. I don't get that anymore. My lips are always smooth and it helps my lipsticks to apply amazing. So I love that. Like before I go to bed, I put that on and then I will put on one of the Laneige Balms and I will wake up with lushy juice lips. So I love that. And then this is also when I went on a little Pat McGrath binge again. So I picked up the Skin Fetish foundation. I actually have a video up here of what I think about the foundation. I do recommend it. It's $68. It is on the luxury side of things and it is a lot thinner, but I get great coverage, even though right now you can see I do have dark spots, and I have on right now the Giorgio Armani, and they're like a similar consistency. I kind of like that consistency of my foundations, and I love the Pat McGrath, especially when I apply it with my hands. It's one of the few foundations I enjoy to apply with my hands first. And then that's when I picked up the Deep Orchid. Kind of wish I would have waited until the holiday season so I could have got the special packaging, but I still love that. And then I picked up the Natasha Nona Bloom Blush and Glow Palette. I love that palette. The cream blush is okay. It's a beautiful color, but I enjoy the highlighters the most, like these beautiful rose gold highlighters. $55, love that. Would definitely recommend picking it up during the sale. Then I got the Pat McGrath primer because you could not get that in store. And I picked up the foundation as soon as it came out in store. And yeah, it's okay. As long as I get the foundation, I'll probably always pick up the primer together. But I don't like, I'm still on the fence about that. And typically those two, I wear them on my special days or when I know I'm going out with the girls. You know, when you go out with the girls, you gotta look a little fresher than sometimes when you're going out with your man, because you know, it's just like girl time. So we all talk about makeup and you wanna be like, ooh, don't you see this beat, bitch? Yes. So that is good. And then this is when I fell in love with the Tatcha Harper, the Silk Canvas, the Tatcha, not the Tatcha Harper, just Tatcha, the Silk Canvas Protective Primer Mini. So I just got the mini because I go through a lot of different primers. So I do enjoy that. So I do recommend it. So I think besides so far the Lancome Genifique, and the Fenty highlighter, everything I've bought has been amazing. So I'm happy that I've added them to my collection. Maybe it's gonna make it harder for next year. And the good thing is I only have 10 things in my cart for this upcoming sale, and 2 of them are perfumes. So that's like, once I get through all the beauty things, the perfumes, I can kind of splurge on those by the end of the year, which I'm doing this go around. And so we're 22 minutes in. All right, so let's try to hurry up through these. Now I got the Giorgio Armani Beauty, the Power Fabric Concealer in 12. I love that. The Claude Grape Water, I've talked about that on other videos, so I love that. Now we're in August. And then this is where I picked up the Claude Salicylic Acid Pore Minimizing Serum. Love that. It has this lemon citrus smell that is glorious. And then this is when I fell in love with the Soweto cotton, facial cottons. I'm actually picking up 2 this go around because I don't want to run out. In love with those. Amazing, recommend. That's picked up the Herbivore. I actually bought my own. Thank you, Samples, for making me fall in love. Then I picked up the Pat McGrath Labs and the Eye Ecstasy, and I got this one in Subversion. Love this one. It's only $28, 20% off of that. I say put it in your bag right now. That is worth $28. Plus 20% off, so love that. And then I got the Laura Mercier, talked about this in other videos, the Velour Extreme Matte Lipsticks. I got it in Rock, which was a deep chocolate, but I love that formula so much, I want to try other colors. It's $28. And then I haven't worn this in any of my videos, but I do love it. The Natasha Nona I Need Nude Lipstick. I got the Naya, and it's $25. I love the magnet closure that it has in there. I'm a lover for that. Great packaging, and it's a beautiful shade, so highly recommend that. Almost towards the end. So these are things I actually have videos on. So this is the Viseart Dark Edit. Love it, recommend it. I talked about these Urban Decays. I pick these up often. These are one of my can't live without items. And then, of course, the Pat McGrath Blitz. I'm trying to figure out whether I want to go ahead and get the Nocturnal, because that's the only one I do not have, because I already have both of these. So it's like, do I just go ahead and finish the collection? And I did not pick this up from Sephora. I ended up picking this up from the actual Anastasia Beverly Hills website, but I do highly recommend this. I actually have this and the Pat McGrath on my eyes now, but this is, you can actually see dents in this. And for someone that goes through a lot of palettes, the fact that something gets worn regularly shows how much I love this palette. I also saw this on sale. I got this last year, but this is actually on sale. So if you get an extra 20% off on the Urban Decay, this is one of my go-tos. Anytime I'm traveling, I take this with me. And also, I got this in Influencer. And so I did not pay for this, but they do carry it at Sephora, and I have used it for like the last 2 weeks. And I really like it. So this, if you have always wanted to try the Summer Friday, and this is the Jet Lag. I actually do not wash this mask off. I will do all of my skincare at night, put this on, just a very thin layer, and it's very hydrating. It locks everything in, so I love this. And then I'll finish up the last couple, because we're right at 25 minutes. I try to keep my videos not this long. All right, and so also got the Power Bullet, this right here. I had something else on. This is actually in a video where I do the Huda palette that I just recently got, which I recommend. That's one of the last items that I picked up, and that was the Huda Beauty Nude Obsessions eyeshadow palette in Rich Nude, or Nude Rich. Love that, worn that multiple times, highly recommend. And then there's a couple items I'm still waiting for in the mail, so I'm excited to get these. But I just picked up the Patrick Ta, and I picked up one of his blushes, one of his lip creams, and one of his lip crayons, and also the blush brush. So all of that I am waiting on the mail to get, as well as I picked up a Pat McGrath lipstick and Antidote, so it's on sale for $19. Can't beat that. Gotta pay attention to Sephora sales. When they have a sale, there's great ones in there. Like right now, there's Natasha Denona, 2 of her palettes. Those would only be $80 if you get the 20% off with the sale. So also would recommend that. So there are a lot of goodies. So I see how the hell I got Rouge, because I pick up everything. But it's, I don't have like responsibilities in life. Makeup is very fun to me, and I don't like go out to eat. I don't party. I buy makeup. So that's my thing. And a lot of these products have actually been featured in some of my recent videos. So I will link some of the videos right here, so that way you can check them out, because in every video that I've had recently, it's all been new releases. So if you've made it this far, whew, that's a lot of talking, a lot of products. But thank you so much for tuning in. Please go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel, because I have lots of great holiday goodies coming out. And my name is Rachel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Bye. Oh, shoot, there's a lot.